Welcome back to BRB Building Your Brand with Steph Sky. Today, let's talk about a topic that might make some of you a little bit nervous, economic downturns. And while we're not here to spread doom and gloom, we do want to equip you with strategies to adapt during a recession and keep your business thriving. And while this podcast is in no way saying that we're currently in a recession or are expecting one in the near future, we also think that it's important to be prepared and to understand best practices on how to pivot our brand in such a time.
So, I want to start off with some interesting statistics, so stick with me if you can. According to the Small Business Administration, 99.9% of businesses in the United States are small businesses. And a small business is defined as having 500 or fewer employees. So, as of January 2024, this equated to about 33.3 million businesses in the US. And nearly half of all US employees are employed by a small business. So this means about 61.6 million people are employed by small businesses. And in the past 25 years, small businesses have been responsible for generating nearly 13 million net new jobs. So this is approximately two-thirds of all new jobs added to the economy during this period. And one in five, or 20% of businesses, fail within the first year, and 30% by the second year, and 50% by year five. And what are the most common reasons? Running out of capital and lack of market need or demand.
I guess we probably should have started with the fact that people are going to get very sick of hearing the word small business fall
Yes.
tweeting. Um, so just a few other random tidbits that I want to throw in here just because I also like statistics. According to Forbes, millennials own just 13% of small businesses in the US. The vast majority are owned by boomers, they account for 40%, and Gen X, which accounts for 47%. So nearly one out of three businesses still doesn't have a website. And 20% of people say that they use social media in lieu of creating a website. Um, Over 25% of business is conducted online, and over three-quarters of shoppers visit a business's website before its physical location. So, just some interesting marketing related stats that associate with that. Um, get your website up and running. So recessions can be scary. They don't have to spell disaster for your business. So by adjusting your marketing strategy, you can not only survive, but you can thrive in challenging times. So let's talk a little bit more about some actionable strategies.
So, first, you're going to want to rethink your target audience. So, in a recession, consumer behavior changes. Understanding how your target audience might be adjusting their spending habits is crucial. So, are they prioritizing essentials or looking for deals? Tailor your messaging and offerings to their new needs and consider expanding your target audience. Are there new customer segments you haven't tapped into before? Perhaps budget conscious consumers are looking for value propositions as well.
I think even right now, we're not necessarily in a recession, but with the cost of inflation, you are seeing people change their priorities in terms of how
Mhm.
they're spending their money. So, I mean, really, this doesn't have to be something that you wait until a recession to think about. Like, you can think about this regularly as a business. And with that, you do want to focus on the value add, which we should always be focusing on, anyways. But during a recession, the value becomes increasingly crucial. So make sure your marketing is emphasizing the value proposition of your product or service. What problems do you solve? How do you save customers money or improve their lives? Consider offering special promotions, discounts, loyalty programs that are going to incentivize purchases. So think of it as a win win. You're going to attract customers with great deals, and they get a product or service that adds value to their lives.
I think content marketing is a budget friendly way to engage your audience and establish yourself as an expert. So, think blog posts, social media content, or even educational webinars. And offer valuable information that positions you as a trusted resource. And I know we say this a lot, but repurpose existing content. So, turn a blog post into a social media series or an infographic. This will help you get the most mileage out of your content creation efforts.
And I don't think that we can stress this part enough, but you have to embrace social media. So we know it isn't everyone's cup of tea, but social media platforms do offer a powerful and cost-effective way to connect with your audience. So within that, you're going to share valuable content, you engage in conversations, you build relationships. I mean, social media can be, a recession-proof marketing tool when it's used correctly. So consider influencer marketing on a smaller scale, partner with micro influencers in your niche to reach a targeted audience without breaking the bank. There's definitely ways that you can go about doing this.
And double down on customer retention. So, acquiring new customers can sometimes be expensive, especially during a recession. So, focus on retaining your current customer base. Offer loyalty programs, nurture relationships with personalized email marketing, and reward repeat business. And prioritize excellent customer service as well. I know we've talked about this a lot, but happy customers are loyal customers, and loyal customers are more likely to weather the storm with you. And I always have the mindset, even if you aren't turning the same profit that you once were, some money is still better than no money.
Yeah, and be sure that you're making data-driven decisions. So track your marketing results closely, see what's working and what's not. Don't be afraid to adjust your strategy based on these data insights. There are many free or low-cost analytical tools available to measure your marketing performance. We've talked about that in past episodes, so feel free to go check them out. Use this data to optimize your campaigns and make data-driven decisions that maximize your return on investment.
I think maintaining a positive and optimistic brand voice is also key. Consumers are bombarded with negativity during a recession, so highlight how your product or service can help them navigate these challenging times. And don't shy away from humor or lighthearted content. A little laughter can go a long way in building connections with your audience and making your brand stand out.
And remember that recessions can be a time for innovation and growth. I don't know that this one is necessarily classified as a true recession since you saw many companies' profits skyrocket after like the 2 month downturn. But think of 2020 during COVID. Due to the restrictions and a lot of the unknowns, the small business really had to completely pivot how they operated in order to stay afloat. So I do know that a ton of small businesses had to restructure how they did business, and especially if they were, a forward facing one with a storefront. And it did force many businesses to make changes that they had long been putting off. So, by adapting your marketing strategy, focusing on value and prioritizing customer relationships, you can not only, weather that storm, but you're going to emerge stronger on the other side of it as well.
So don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences with us in the comments below. Have you had to adapt your marketing strategy during a challenging economic period? What tips would you share with us? Let us know down below. And I think that'll be it for today. So as always, be sure to like and subscribe. And you can follow us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and LinkedIn. And we will see you next time.
Bye. Yeah, you're in your dungeon.
Let me try which light works. That's better.
Still trying to figure out which switch is which.
Yeah, I don't use them enough because I like the darkness.
Um, these things. Why can't I
That
think of the name?
parentheses.
Yeah.